Now, we're going to talk about something that doesn't get talked about often in the media, and that is all the deferments that Mitt Romney got from the Vietnam War. Now, actually, if you talk to veterans, at this point, he's polling really well among veterans. In fact, he is beating President Obama 58 to 34% among veterans. Now, why? Because he seems like, boy, God, he's pro-veterans, pro-wars, yes, pro-military, go get him, Mitt Romney. In fact, he has this to say about sacrifice.
Greatness in a people, I believe, is measured by the extent to which they will give themselves to something bigger than themselves. The sacrifice for a cause of significance.
That is so true. And boy, when he came to sacrifice, Mitt Romney was going to step up to the plate, right? Well, kind of. He made great signs. Let's take a look at a picture from back during the Vietnam War. Mitt Romney was a student, and he was totally pro-war. He said, yes, war kicks ass. I'm pro-Vietnam. Let's go for it. Well, luckily for Mitt Romney, he was actually able to serve because he's in that age. But it turns out, shockingly enough, he might not have gone in that direction. Well, let me give you a quote from back in 1994 when he did an interview with the Boston Herald. He said, quote, "I was not planning on signing up for the military. It was not my desire to go off and serve in Vietnam." Now, I love the way he frames that. It was not my desire to go. Oh, really? Because all the kids that died in Vietnam, it was their desire to go off to Vietnam and die there in the jungles, right? They were desirous of that, apparently. Mitt Romney's like, no, I wanted to start the war. I wanted to send other kids to die in the war, but I did not desire to go to the war myself. So how many deferments did Mitt Romney get? Not one, not two. Come on, he didn't get 3 deferments, did he? No, you're right, not 3, 4. 4 deferments from Vietnam. Why? Well, he had to go to France. I'm not kidding. He said that he was going to be a Mormon missionary. But look, this is the normal missionary work that they all do. But they called him a priest of sorts so that he could be in that category to be able to avoid the war. So he went over to France, and that's how he got most of his deferments. Later, he got a deferment for going to school as well. But first, he's like, oh, no. You go to Vietnam, I'll go to Gay Paris. Okay? So he goes and does missionary work, and apparently he put his church above his country there because he cared more about serving the Mormon church at that time than he did about serving his country. No, sacrifice is for poor people and middle-class people. It's not for rich people like Mitt Romney. No, his pretty ass couldn't be bothered to go to Vietnam. In fact, you know what got him out of France? When Ann Romney, who at the time, of course, was not Ann Romney, but was his girlfriend, started dating another guy. When he got a letter that she was dating another guy, the number 2 guy at BYU, he's like, what? Well, I will go and fight for my girlfriend, but not for my country. So his religion more important, his girlfriend more important, and apparently his own ass is more important. But he'll send to wars over and over. In fact, if he becomes president, he says President Obama is being way too timid with Iran. He can't wait to start a war with Iran. Will he go? Will his sons go? Will his family go? No, they're rich. They're the powerful. They're not going to go. They're going to send you. He's not desirous of having his sons go to war either. And by the way, they were serving age during Iraq and Afghanistan. Somehow the Romneys didn't wind up going either. He's got 5 sons. None of them went. Now, I'm not saying that it's got anything to do with them. They're not running for president. But Mitt Romney is running for president, and he's also a fraud. Because here's what he said in a 2007 interview with the Boston Globe. "I longed in many respects to actually be in Vietnam and be representing our country there, and in some ways it was frustrating not to feel like I was there as part of the troops that were fighting in Vietnam." You liar, you fraud. Here's how you're going to solve that frustration: by signing up and going. Forget signing up, just simply waiting to be called instead of hiding in France. That's how you could have gone. Oh, golly gee, I wish I could have gone and represent our country there, but I had to, serve my church and my girlfriend in France instead. And then finally, he gives speeches like this to veterans of foreign wars, and you begin to get a sense of what a giant hypocrite this man is. Watch.
The American people always rise to the occasion. They only ask for a leader who will tell them the truth, who will live with integrity, and who will actually lead them in the direction that will preserve this great nation.
tell them the truth and lead with integrity. If you think that's what Mitt Romney is doing, especially when it comes to wars, well, have at it, Hoss. Go ahead and vote for him and have him send your sons to die in Iran or whatever else, whatever other war he'd like to start. But just remember, when it came time for him to serve, he was nowhere to be found, unless, of course, you were in France.